So today I'm in early access trying to double burn our opponents with a sweet new Phyrexian horror that doubles all non-creature damage from any source that you may have. Hey everyone, Hex here, and today I'm playing some new standard on Arena and trying out a few new medium cost red spells to go into your burn decks. But before we get going, I want to say a big thank you to Wizards for allowing me to take part in the early access event on Arena. And if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button below to stay up to date with new decks, combos and cards as we venture into All Will Be One. Plus, you'll be massively supporting the channel in the meantime too. But onto this deck, and today I'm using a tried and tested way to kill our opponents in mono red burn. With All Will Be One comes Solphim, Mayhem, Dominus. So for just 4 mana, you get a 5/4 that says if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or a permanent they control, deal double damage instead. That's right, double damage. So suddenly your lightning strikes are now 6 damage spells. But wait, there's more. For 1 mana, 2 Phyrexian red mana, and to discard 2 cards, you do get to make it indestructible too, so it pretty much hangs around for the rest of the game. Well, what else is new here from the new set? I'm going for Koth, Fire of Resistance. It's another 4-drop, but this time a Planeswalker that comes with 4 loyalty, and for +2, 2 does a mountain into your hand. -3 deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of mountains you control. And for -7, you get an emblem that says whenever a mountain ETB is under your control, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target. So pair this with Solphim and that's 8 damage and normally game winning here. Another new card and one that I squeezed in because it is new, I may want to dedicate a different deck to it, is Capricious Hellraiser. It's a 6-cost 4/4 flying dragon that costs 3 less if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard. But when it ETBs, you exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard. You get to pick 1 non-creature, non-land card from them and cast that for free. It should be fun if it works, but like I said, I'm very keen to make a whole nother deck around this particular card, so just the one off here. The rest of the deck will be pretty familiar to you with a couple of exceptions. We have Swiftspears, Phoenix Chicks and Thermo-Alchemist for incremental damage, but also a new card in Vindictive Flamestoker. This one is a 1-cost 1/2 that says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a oil counter on it. For 6 and red, you get to sack it, discard your hand and draw 4 new cards. This ability costs 1 less for each oil counter on it. It's a great way to refuel midway through the game. I've got Kumanos, Play with Fires, and Lightning Strikes for non-creature damage. Chandra for the 3-drop slot that does everything we need in this deck. And due to today's meta, I'm playing Hexgold Slash. There are a number of toxic creatures today, so this card deals 2 damage to any target creature, or 4 damage if that creature has toxic. Venerated Rock Priest seems extremely popular today, so I wonder how popular this will be on full release, but it's a very annoying card and Hexgold deals with it straight away. Plus, I do like its name. I've got 23 lands and that's the deck. I'll hold my hands up and say I'm not a red burn player, but Solphim really interests me and I can't wait to see how it does. Hopefully not so much life game going on, and even though the early access meta is a bit weird, I do think this deck should do okay, so let's see how I get on today. Alright then, on the play. Hand looks pretty nice as we have our Vindictive Flamestoker and a couple of Kumano, so we'll definitely drop this on turn 1. Little 1/2 that draws cards later in the game. And Skrelv, Defector Might, okay. Pretty popular card today. 1/1, can't block but can protect a creature they have. So we'll drop Kumano, drop both Kumanos and attack for 1, put it down to 17. So fingers crossed this Chandra of ours resolves. Opponent with a Patchwork Automaton, okay. So that's going to obviously gain counters when artifacts enter the battlefield, so a little cute combo in this sort of might deck, but yeah, definitely drop Chandra here. And yeah, it looks like we are Kumano tribal, it seems. So obviously we have a nice attack coming up over the next few turns. Gonna try and protect Chandra a little bit here. Don't really want to lose it if I can help it. Opponent with Unctus, okay. I'll pop that on the board, but basically it is now pumping the artifact creatures in their deck. So yeah, if they attack Chandra now, Okay, they don't. They may have if we had have attacked with the Flamestoker, so kind of happy with that, but I'm going to get a bunch of creatures through our Kumanos here. Still kind of early in the early access here, so really not sure what our opponents are playing or what cards we might be expected to see. Just going to see if I can find some gas for nothing, just a land. Well, we'll play out our land, unfortunate there. Alright, no real attack, so we'll just sit tight and wait for some gas. So this has 4 counters in it, so we can activate it to draw some cards, as here comes Urza, to do even more Lord effects on their artifact creatures. So yeah, haven't come across the deck that the opponent's playing here, but very synergistic. And they do finally go to attacks here. I wonder if they're going to attack with a might as well. I probably would. Okay, they're not. Now they could protect their might with their Skrelv, but sorry, their automaton with their Skrelv, but they don't. And we'll block, and we'll just draw a load of new cards. Hexgold Slash, interesting card. Weird meta today. Loads of toxic 1-drop green cards. So kind of why this card's in here, but it also is a nice little way to kill Skrelv here, as it does 4 damage to a toxic creature, but it's not in the deck for that reason. It's in the deck for Rot Priest. That's the card I was thinking of. It seems to be absolutely everywhere at the minute. But yeah, we'll just keep looking for some more gas. Okay, another Chandra is probably not what we wanted to see there. That's going to make things a bit awkward whether we want to cast this now or not. I like the idea of Chandra being on 6 loyalty, but I don't really want to waste the Chandra we have here. Unsure what to do exactly. Definitely not going to attack. And yeah, just going to let that one go, unfortunately. So it's a shame, but 6 loyalty Chandra here, I mean, I'm not going to turn that down. We'll see how the opponent wants to attack, but I think they should just send everything at Chandra. They may lose a creature or 2, but... Okay, well, they're sending 2 creatures at Chandra here. We'll just block. And it's going to lightning strike the Urza, I guess. Or not. I'm not going to make too much difference there. I think the Automaton's a better card to a lightning strike in this instance. And it does have the Plaza of Heroes, you see, so... Going to have to go for the Automaton, otherwise they would have just protected their Urza. Alright, so for a burn deck, we're not doing much damage here. We really need to draw a Solphim or another Flamestoker. So we just draw another land, okay. So 23 lands in the deck. Probably maybe 1 or 2 too many, but I would say we're an aggro deck or a fast burn deck. We're kind of medium here, so I kind of went with just the 23. But the Flamestoker's nice. If we can use that to draw some cards, I think we will be in business here. Chandra on 7 loyalty already. Opponent's deck looks nice. I feel like they may need to get pretty aggressive soon to start clearing the way a little bit. Yeah, they're going for Chandra. Well, I think it's in our interest to keep Chandra alive. So we'll block with our edge in here. And don't forget our Flamestoker is going to draw us a ton of cards. So pretty happy with where we are. Escaped Experiment. Okay. I'll pop that card up on the screen here for us. But yeah, the question is now, do I want to -7 on Chandra here? And the answer is I do. So we're going to lose our Chandra, but we're going to draw a whole bunch of cards. And there's Solphim. That is exactly what we need. Because we get to drop this. And we're going to ping the... I'm pretty sure we're going to ping the opponent to death here. So this is going to double all burn triggers. We only have the one with Play with Fire. But this is all non-combat damage from the the emblem here. Alright, so we don't quite kill them. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good combo if you can get this off. Pretty glad that we spent all that time protecting our Chandra. Opponent down to 1, okay. And yeah, I guess we do have lethal in the air. So yeah, really good win there for our burn deck. We got there just in time. Alright, on the play here. Pretty decent hand, a few one-shots, but most importantly we have our Solphim. So lovely little cards to just build up until. Can't wait to drop that. Just chuck our Phoenix chick down and see where we go from here. Opponent with Venerated Rock Priest. Alright, the little 1-2 that seems to be all over the early access event. Each time it is targeted, or another creature you control at all is targeted by either player, your opponent gets a poison counter. So there's many different combos with this card. But we got to play our Flamestoker and our Kumano. Should have played those the other way around. But yeah, these are new cards. The Vindictive Flamestoker gets an oil counter each time a non-creature spell is cast, and not an instant or sorcery, as I thought at that moment. But we'll just take the one. They've probably got some kind of pump spell in their hand. I don't really want to lose our Vindictive Flamestoker. It has the ability to draw us a bunch of cards, as you saw in the last game. But here comes Ivy. Right on curve. Alright, so Hexgold Slash deals 2 damage to target creature. If that creature has Toxic, it deals 4 damage instead. This card is pretty much in my deck because of the meta I'm facing today. I'm not sure if this is a good card going forward, but it is what it is. There's a lot of toxic creatures being played today, and we will attack and offer the trade. I doubt they'd want to trade their Ivy. Oh. Okay, well, they did trade their Ivy. I didn't think they would want to have done that. They may have another one, I guess, in their hand. So we lost our Flamestoker. Yeah, didn't expect the opponent to block there. So opponent thinking what to do. At least we have our Solphim as our play next turn if we don't have anything to do here. But down comes Croaking Counterpart. Okay, nice little addition to this deck as it's able to target their Rock Priest. But fortunately for us, there is no Rock Priest on the battlefield. So there's several different versions of this Rock Priest deck I've found today, including a Selesnya one. Okay, Ivy comes down. And I guess they just made a Frog Phoenix chick. So I'm not sure if that's the best target for them there. But anyway, we got to drop our Solphim there. And yeah, Lightning Strike is 6 damage in our hands. So we will attack, we'll offer the trade again. I want to try and get in there before opponent finds a way maybe to combo off here. Okay, they block with their Ivy on our Solphim, so I'm pretty sure they've got some kind of pump effect. We will see. They're certainly in the tank though, but we can always save our Solphim if we need to. And it's March of Swirling Mist. Alright, so it's going to phase out their creature. I mean, it's not the end of the world, is it? Fortunately, we don't have the 2 cards to discard to make it indestructible, but up against a Simic deck, I think we should be okay. And I'll just burn their face here for 6. They're blue deck, and I don't want them to untap with any kind of counter magic. And at the end of the day, they're down to 3 lives, so any burn spell we draw at the moment is lethal. Croaking Counterpart, our Solphim. I mean, that is a good target for them. But yeah, they probably wanted to find a way to keep that Rock Priest alive a lot early on in this game. I guess Croaking Counterpart is a pretty cool card as it targets as well their Rock Priest. But I expect to see Rock Priest decks everywhere come full release of this onto Arena. And there's Play with Fire in our hand, and that is 4 damage to our opponent's face. Using Solphim to double up the Play with Fire triggers. So yeah, shows the power of their Solphim and a few little burn spells. Alright, on the draw, hand looks nice. Yeah, I just want to hit a couple of land drops and we're in business here. Definitely keep this one. Opponent with a mountain themselves. Well, I'm just going to get busy with our Swiftspear. Okay, I was expecting that to be killed, but no. And the Filigree Silex. Okay, put an oil counter on it. Going to put that card up on the screen here for anyone that isn't sure what it does. But we'll play a Kumano here, ping the opponent, and smash him in the face for another 2. And yeah, looks like we're just on a mono red deck from weeks gone by, but Koth on the top is one of our sort of top end cards, so we'll keep that one. And our opponent is going to sacrifice their Silex to destroy our 2/1/1s. I'm okay with that. Okay, we get to drop our Foundry and Chandra. As long as we find a land next turn, or Chandra survives, I think we're in business here. They have a Bank Buster, so some kind of a counter style deck, I guess, at their end. They also played a Mirex. Okay, there's a Flamestoker, which is pretty nice. But we will ping our opponent, and we're going to drop the first of our 2 Solphims we have. So I'm playing this now as if the opponent has any removal, we just have a backup. Bankbuster, draws, opponent finds a island. And yeah, we've got a pretty decent board here. And there's Joyra. So Chandra does 2 damage each turn. So we're going to definitely up Chandra. We'd love to find another mana, but I'm going to just deal with Joyra by playing Koth here. And minusing it on Joyra does 4 damage and attack the opponent. They're down to 4 themselves. So we've done a lot of damage here. Yeah, I think this is going to be way too much for our opponent. Milestone, Wheatstone, I guess that's going to take care of Solphim. Yeah. But yeah, we have a backup in our hand. There's a play with fire, so we've got Chandra damage, Kumano, and play with fire. So let's say have any way to counter our spells. This is another win for us here. So Solphim did its work in the middle. And we even got to see Koth do something there. An opponent is going to die to the Kumano. Nice little quick win there. Alright, on the play. Nice hand. Little curve going on here. Kumano on turn 1. Fortunately, I don't have a creature for next turn. So Kumano is going to... yeah, his second chapter isn't going to do too much. Guess we will just pass our turn. Opponent with a Golgari deck. And a Swamp. So maybe a Toxic deck. It's going to smash their face while we can. As this coming turn, I'm going to want to play one of our Chandras. Okay, well, a 1-drop is exactly what we want there. So we'll drop Chandra, ping our opponent, and play our Kumano. Misclicked there, didn't get the damage onto the opponent's face. Alright, it's Glisser 3/3. Okay, we find a 4th mountain, a 4th land, which is nice, but Koth here can deal with this Glisser, so I'll put that on the board. I'm still laughing at the fact I didn't ping the opponent. Yeah, pretty nice little start for us here. Pretty strong, pretty aggressive. They're down to 10. Got a couple Planeswalkers on our board. And a reserve Chandra, including a Mishra's Foundry. But we all know that green and black will find a way. Okay, well there is my first Phyrexia and Obliterator played against me. So, pretty nice card for them. Against a red deck, I'm not going to want to be targeting that, but luckily we've got them down to 9 life. So we might be able to try and find a way here to just go over the top of this Obliterator. We'll ping our opponent and we get to play our Capricious Hellraiser here. Comes down as a 5/5. And we get to cast our Lightning Strike from our graveyard for free. So finally got to see this card in action. Opponent down to 5. No way am I attacking here. And I guess our 5/5 is a flyer, so they're going to have to absolutely deal with this right now. Because whatever happens, I am not sacrificing this. Another Obliterator comes down. So yeah, any... I mean, normally this would be really bad for us. Well, Bushwhack actually is going to be pretty bad for us, as they are going to lose their Obliterator, but we have to sacrifice 5 permanents here. And we just need to do 4 damage next turn. So we've got our Etching, we have a Kumano that is going to become a 2/2, and we have our land as well, so we'll just set ourselves up. Okay, we draw a land. Perfect. We get to just whack our opponent here for 3 2/2s, and we've just about managed to get over the line here, even though I misclicked earlier with the Kumano. Alright, on the play here. Pretty nice hand. We'll just drop our Kumano. And yeah. Put our opponent down to 19 already. Opponent with a tapped blue-white land. Well, we'll drop our Thermo-Alchemist. Say go. No idea what they are playing. Okay, it's a white mana. Alright, we'll just do whatever damage we can right now. And yeah, just hit them for 2, I guess. And we will tap our Thermo-Alchemist. End of turn. So up against control deck, it seems. I feel like we should be okay as long as we can restrict any life gain that they may have. Been playing this game for a lot today. Seen so many different types of cards. And here I am playing Alchemist, Kumano. And yeah, mono red deck it seems from previous sets gone by. Okay, opponent with a wedding announcement. Well, that's going to be pretty annoying. Missed the Thermo-Alchemist trigger there. It's very late here. We will play our Kumano though. So we'll see if that 1 damage we missed comes back to haunt us. We have a Lightning Strike and play with fire in our hand. Here comes Teferi. Okay. See what they do. Life gain on this is going to be annoying for us. Okay, if we had a Solphim in my hand, I would be reluctant to use these cards I have. But I think we may have to just use this turn to deal with Teferi here. Really not what I want to be doing. I want to be sending this to the opponent's face. So this is 5 damage we're missing to their face, but I just think Teferi's going to end up taking over, especially with the gaining of life each turn. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. So they go back up to 14. And we draw our Solphim. Okay. Fortunately there, if this was on the battlefield, I think we would have changed the way we did our last turn. So we are out of cards up against what looks like some kind of Esper control deck. But Thermo-Alchemist is going to be doing 2 damage each turn. Here comes Urza Assembles the Titans, which I really like this card. And I guess in this particular set with all the Planeswalkers, this is going to be such a good card. Down comes Vraska. Alright, so it looks like we're up against maybe a Super Friends deck. Gonna lose our Solphim here, unfortunately. All happening at the wrong time here. Okay, there's our Vindictive Flamestoker. Not an especially good card in this particular instance, as Vraska is probably just going to destroy something next turn, so may as well just attack. Okay, yeah, they block. Can't just sit around and not do that. So yeah, Vraska turns our Solphim there into a treasure. And I think we are pretty much done what we can do here. Hopefully they don't have a very good hand here. Okay, so they're going to turn our Flamestoker into a treasure. Proliferate Vraska. I think Vraska is just the best card in... it's going to be the best card in Standard. Whether it's played for its completed cost, or its normal cost, or it's cheated out, it's just going to be so good. Playing with a Drown as well, so... Don't think we're winning this one, but I'm going to keep playing as we are a burn deck, so we can hopefully just... Whatever we draw, play, but unfortunately the Flamestoker is probably our worst draw at that particular instance. Opponent is just now proliferating their Vraska. Wedding Announcement, or Wedding Festivity, has got 6 counters on it now, not something you see all the time. So yeah, nemesis of red decks is anything that gains life. So I'm still fingers crossed that they're not going to gain any more life. We find a Chandra, which is nice. I really wish we had a Solphim on the battlefield. But this is early access. This is all fun. Opponent with a Void Rend. Gonna keep playing and seeing what they do. Guess we'll just play our Chandra. I'm just going to see if we can find a spell. We've got 3 mana here. Okay, it's just a land. So yeah, we could have pinged the opponent there, but I'm not actually expecting Chandra to survive to next turn, so I was trying to find something a little bit better, and they Ottawa their own Wedding Festivity. Opponent down to 8 though. So Vraska is starting to do themselves a bit of damage. Something to be mindful of there. And down comes Jace. Okay, so just a ton of Planeswalker. We're going to mill 3 cards. And here comes Wedding Announcement again. So we just draw a mountain, which is really annoying when you don't want to draw a land. We'll exile and yeah, Thermo-Alchemist. Not the worst card in the world. I really hope the opponent's just got maybe lands in their hand or something. Seeing if they're going to Vraska our Thermo-Alchemist. Or they're just going to leave it alone. Okay, we mill 3. I think that was a land on top that we would have drawn, so not the end of the world. Eternal Wonder, okay. Another Planeswalker I'll throw up on the screen for you. Gonna make a 2/2 with Double Strike. Again, another pretty nice card, the Eternal Wanderer. So I really just want us to draw some... okay, it's March on our Alchemist. Nothing we can play seems to stick around. What do I want? I want a Solphim probably. Okay, well, that's not going to do anything. 2 damage just to a target creature. And just another Slash, alright. Fair enough. So if these were at least play with fires, we could have just done it to their face, but they're not. Like I said before, the Slash is in here because I've played against a lot of toxic decks. And I guess against a non-toxic deck, they're not so good. But going forward, I don't think the meta is going to be as predictable as it is today. So I will definitely be removing these. But this is nice to see the opponent's deck going off and seeing what these Planeswalkers can do. But they are on 6 life. I mean, I'm sure they've got some counter magic or something, but a couple of burn spells for us and they may die. Okay, Teferi. So right now, pretty much ignoring all their Planeswalkers, as not much we can do here. Okay, we'll just pass our turn. They're going after Chandra, which is fine. So this is probably going to be the last turn that Chandra lives. I really hope a Lightning Strike, and then maybe Chandra can find a Lightning Strike. Ah, just a Phoenix chick. Alright, so this is just 1 damage. That will be 1 damage to their face or a player. Okay, play with fire. I mean, that's pretty nice. I mean, the argument could be said that we could have been pinging the opponent with Chandra, but it's difficult to say if that would have been right or wrong, because we would have just been drawing down our cards a different way. I guess they're going to target our Phoenix chick here to exile it. I'm going to just use this Slash where I have an opportunity to get rid of it, save their little 2 life that they're going to gain. We are hanging in there. And yeah, play with fire. What are we going to target? We can target the Wandering Emperor, Jace, either of their tokens. Let's go straight to their face. Okay, there's Lightning Strike, right. We'll see if they mill us. I can't believe we still have an out in this game, even though we're up against 5 Planeswalkers here. And our wedding announcement. We mill our cards. So it's a shame that we've milled our Lightning Strike there. Here comes another Jace. I wonder if Super Friends decks are going to be popular going forward. I mean, it's a lot of rares and mythics, but it seems pretty strong. You have to have dedicated cards to kill Planeswalkers. And there is a bunch in standard at the minute. Another 2-2 there. Guess it's a 3-3 with double strike. So Chandra's going to die here. So I guess what we got next turn to try and find something off the top. Or see if they want to leave our Chandra alone, please. Kaito. 6 Planeswalkers. I don't think I've ever seen 6 Planeswalkers on the board at the same time. So I guess they have to go for Chandra here. It's our way of winning. And they can't really up their Vraska, as going down to 3 life for them is a problem. So yeah, we're going to take 8s to the face. Chandra down. Alright, we can pretty much play any card we draw, as we've got a whole ton of mana. So maybe a Capricious Hellraiser would be alright, or... We'll see. We'll see what we get. And it's just Koth. Alright, well, that isn't a card that we can use in this particular instance. Fortunately, it just does damage to a creature. I mean, if that said deal damage to any target, we would be in business. So, yeah, I don't think there's a way out for us here. But I'm not going anywhere. Gonna let our opponent here have their fun with their Planeswalkers. See what they are up to. So you get to see a pretty fun Esper Planeswalker deck because they find Kaya. Okay, that's nice. We'll just let them do their thing. And I'm pretty sure they're going to kill us this turn. But I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, and I'll continue to keep playing. They go down to 7, we go down to 9. And another Saga, okay. So this is a pretty fun game for the wrong reasons, but it's pretty nice seeing the different deck here. Our little Koth here, sitting there not doing anything on the battlefield. Okay, opponent down to 8. Whole bunch of tokens with double strike now. At this point, they probably don't know what they're doing necessarily. They're just ultimating and creating creatures. Yeah, and then we lose our board through the Eternal Wanderer. Come on, opponent, you're gonna kill me? Are we just gonna attack me, or are we gonna leave me hanging like this? Mill 18 cards? Or are they going to go for the mill victory? I guess they could mill us, kill us, and have a full grip of cards as well for some kind of perfect victory if they want to. Alright, and we finally die. Yeah, I think we lost that.